The recent IBF eliminator for welterweight between Donovan and Lewis Crocker took place Saturday, March 1st, and it delivered the type of action that would see one of these men move forward to challenge Jaron Ennis for his welterweight crown. But along the way, something happened where one of the participants, Donovan, found himself in hot water and ended this fight with a DQ, canceling plans that he had for title dreams. Now, let's talk about this as we find more to the story. The recent IBF eliminator, titled The Point of Pride between Lewis Crocker and Donovan, took place Saturday, March 1st in Belfast. These two men came together and it turned out to be a controversial affair. You see, when you talk about the two men, both Irish, an all-Irish showdown, someone took the point of pride a little to the extreme, and it ended up being Donovan. And as he found himself DQ'd during this bout, upon reflection, it was all his own doing. And it's very sad that a fighter had to come to this extreme to get himself DQ'd. But how did it happen? Well, for openers, the fight started out with Crocker coming after Donovan. High guard, pressing forward, pressing the issue. Donovan responded by boxing from the outside and mid-range, throwing shots, trying to catch Crocker coming in. And he was very successful at this. But then, I do believe, by the third to fourth round, he began to get a bit frustrated. And what we began to see was illegal tactics on behalf of Donovan to the degree that by round 6, you could see that the ref had had enough of what he had been doing. The referee took a point from Donovan. Headbutts were the make of water here, but not only headbutts. There were elbows, there were low blows. It seemed that Paddy got into a rhythm of just doing dirty tactics during the fight. And it's unfortunate because the bout was being contested as two men that are opposing in their styles, but he just couldn't help himself. And as the wear and tear on Crocker's face began to show from the headbutts and an elbow that opened a cut under his eye, you could just see that things were not going well, especially with that point deduction. Now, as an observer, I witnessed that Paddy was pretty much controlling the fight and dictating, even though Crocker was hunting him down, coming forward behind his efforts. But he just couldn't stop himself from fouling. And it was something that was on display that the announcers, though they kind of subtly acknowledged it, but they really didn't want to get too much into it. Now, according to an article in Boxing Scene, Elliot Warsell reported on this, and he stated, often when you reach the end of a fight and the winner doesn't feel like the winner and the loser doesn't feel like the loser, you can be sure of two things. You can be sure that one, there has been some sort of controversy caused by either a referee or the three judges, and two, that there are grounds for a rematch, potentially a lucrative one. All this rang true in Belfast last night when Paddy Donovan conspired to beat himself while in a winning position against Lewis Crocker in the 8th round of an all-Irish welterweight fight. He did so by testing the patience of referee Marcus McDonald. First with the placement of his head, and then later, and critically, a right hook Donovan landed after the bell, which dropped Crocker on his back and led to a disqualification in round 8. He had by that stage lost only a round, maybe 2. He had by that stage answered every question asked of him and looked every inch the next star of Irish boxing many have been calling him from day one. Perhaps it was only impatience that got to Paddy in the end. Or, if not that, the exuberance of youth, and perhaps he just got carried away. My thoughts on that is he was definitely undisciplined. And with the work that he had put in boxing-wise, he was definitely assuring himself of consideration going forward with his efforts. And though Irishman Crocker was doing his best, he was at a deficit from those head blows. You know, clashing of the heads can leave you a concussion. They can leave you clouded and unclear. And overall, it just can affect your mental state during a fight. I've seen headbutts really do a number on people, and it's not a fun thing. But in this instance, we saw Irishman Donovan just take it to the extreme. And the disqualification came even after an earlier point deduction in the same round that the fight ended. Yes, so as the article by Elliot mentioned, there was an earlier point deduction, but he forgot to mention that shortly before the bell rang to end the 8th and Paddy threw the late punch after the bell, he had already had a second point deduction in that round, the 8th. So what this means is that Neither of these guys is going to have that opportunity to challenge for that IBF eliminator. They're going to go right into a rematch with one another, and hopefully they can get things settled. But it remains to be seen, because a fighter that lacks the discipline that was shown from Donovan in this fight, it's something that you're kind of leery. Will this happen again? At the end of the day, what I would like to see is more consistency from referees, because the referee, McDonald, did a wonderful job in handling this situation, though the Donovan camp would disagree. But it's the way to properly referee a fight and to keep things under control. You see, it doesn't matter that you're popular. It doesn't matter that you might be the headliner. It doesn't even matter of the title dreams that they have for you. If you're breaking the rules and you're fouling consistently, yes, something should be done about it. And it was on Saturday. And I applaud the officiating by referee Marcus McDonald. But what do you think? This is Stormy B-Man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and Liberated Perspective, a third eye view of the world. For more content such as this, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Let me know your thoughts about this. Please review the fight and see for yourself how things played out. We can have a conversation about it, but I enjoy when the referees and officiating goes the correct way. Peace to everyone out there, and everyone please remain safe.